What's up, guys? It's Eric and Marcus with Rare Candy, and we're back with the third round of the league challenge we attended. This is one of the first tournaments where Breakpoint was legal to play, so everybody's eager to try out all of the new cards that we just got given to us. And on the left, we have John Ogelsby playing Seismitoad Garbodor, and on the right, we have Will Beers playing Seismitoad Crobat. So lots of quaking punch is what we're trying to say here.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully it'll still be interesting. I didn't see this match. We're
yeah,
playing it, so uh, um, not sure how interesting it gets, but hopefully it gets as interesting as it can for
yeah.
two Quaking Punch decks.
I know mirror matches are never fun for any deck, but I think Seismitoad in particular is one of those decks that neither person just has a lot of fun playing.
Yeah, I've played the Seismitoad Mirror a lot, and it's just Quaking punching against each other is really
Yeah.
no fun unless you're on the end that is not gonna lose. I guess because kind of whoever Quaking punches first, I think, is how it usually goes. I mean, sometimes you get a center lady down and you're able to
Yeah.
get back in the lead of the Quaking punch war, but
Yeah, I don't know John's list, but Will does play Center Lady, and that will be, I think, a really big card in this matchup.
right,
Just because Seismitoad's not taking one hit knockouts.
yeah,
It's doing 30, maybe 50 damage at a time.
hmm,
And both these decks play laser like you just saw. So
yeah,
Center Lady can really set back the opposing Seismitoad player
right,
by a couple turns.
yeah, and then John does get the muscle band down as well, without being item locked yet, so that's another great one.
Yeah.
Getting the muscle band down is always pretty crucial.
So it's a shame he didn't get a float stone down on Garb though,
Hmm.
because if he had the float stone on his Garbodor, you'd have to imagine Will can't really do much
Right.
in that
Without bad
situation.
damage and shaman.
Yeah,
Uh,
because he's so reliant on those bats to kind of increase his damage output. But I'd have to think that Will would actually probably be the favored here
hmm.
if the Garbodor doesn't come online.
Right.
Just because John won't have any way to increase his damage output after Quaking Punch happens,
Hmm.
but Will still have his bat line
Right.
to help him out with that. And Mewtwo is actually a really good attacker as well. Even if you have to break the item lock for a turn, he trades really well with Toad.
Hmm.
So it's a good cleanup attacker
Yeah.
option that Will has. But
Mm,
again, I don't know John's list, so I don't know. He could have his own Mewtwo in response for all I know.
right. Yeah, I'm not sure if he does or not, but Will does get the double colorless energy and the laser and puts John to sleep.
Yeah,
So
that's huge.
if he does stay asleep, that's pretty big for Will.
Yeah. Just because even though Seismitoad does lock items, the Seismitoad player themselves are typically really reliant on their own items.
Right.
So if you can get a turn where you can keep using your own items, that'll be really good.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, but luckily he was able to Quaking Punch, and that will prevent Garb from really doing anything since he can't attach a float stone to get rid of Will's abilities.
Right. And then just a quaking punch from John.
Yeah.
Or no, actually, no, he just passed. Yeah, he didn't get
Yeah.
energy down.
It seems like a reoccurring theme. I remember I had to play against John in this tournament too, and he had kind of a similar rough start against me.
Right.
Um, I was playing Trevenant, so and he hasn't had much luck against these other item lock decks.
Yeah.
Oh, but he does get Sycamore, so cool. That'll keep him in this game.
Hmm.
Cool. We see some items. An end, though, that'll be really handy
Yeah.
if the Toad goes down on the next turn.
Right.
But here we see a DCE, and I'm sure he would have rather just had like an energy to put down,
Yeah. Like a
or like a
basic
basic one,
water.
and save the DCE for his next Toad, but
Hmm.
he really just needed to get that item lock going.
Yeah. Yeah, it does hurt that he's already kind of down on this quaking punch war. But
Okay, and
gotta
the
do.
Verbank, that's unfortunate too for John. So let's see here. So Shaman, drawing some more cards. If he can, he needs at least one bat down.
Yeah.
see, is he
Looks like he
playing
played
AZ?
AZ.
It looks like it. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. Looks like he's going through his discard, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
think
hard to
he's
say,
going
it's hard
through
to say
his...
what's happening here.
Yeah.
So here we're just seeing a Quaking Punch, and then both players are taking poison damage. And it looks like Will get his Toad knocked out.
So an N from John.
Seems good. Play it, before you go down on prizes after this turn, because you don't want to have to play this N on your following turn when you only have 4 prizes left over. So let's see the
Versus Seeker, Water Energy.
okay. So it's kind of looking up for John just because Will doesn't have another Toad to respond with yet either.
Right.
But even if a Sky Return play wouldn't be that bad. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
Looks like it's what he might try to do.
Come on, Will, do it. Because, yeah, he only needs to do 10 damage to knock out this Toad. Okay, luckily Will does have his own Toad to follow it up. It's a shame he won't be able to retreat
Right.
and Quaking Punch, but the Sky Return play is not bad. And what did Will Sycamore? I think.
Yeah, it looks like that's what he did.
Yeah. Our camera position, I think, got a little messed up in this game, but okay. So DCE comes down just as we kind of expected, and
Sky Return and
I guess I don't know who to promote here. I guess Toad. I guess you kind of have to.
yeah.
I mean, you don't want John to get the first Quaking Punch, but
Right. Then John does have items now.
if he gets a Float Stone down, that will be a little scary.
I like that heavy ball.
Yeah, that's kind of a cute card.
That's neat.
Let you get Garb and your Toads.
Right.
Seems good. So your level ball, probably get another Trubbish, I'm guessing. Yep.
Yeah. If anything, just thin his deck out more.
Yep.
And now he can get the Float Stone down onto Garbodor as well.
Acrobite, that's a
Yeah.
different card. That's not normally one that you see in Toad decks.
Yeah. So
Oh,
it goes away to
and the
laser to
Head
give
Ringer.
him a head ring, or
God,
that's not something you want to see.
man. So John's actually looks like he's in pretty good shape, to be
Yeah.
honest. And here I see a Sycamore. Okay, gets rid of Wally. That's an interesting card
Wow.
too. That's
Yeah, a lot of interesting cards on John's list.
yeah. Because I mean, I guess if you can get the turn 1 ability lock, it's good. But
He does get the Float Stone down too. So Float Stone. He's
So-
gonna play Computer Search, get rid of a
probably
heavy
get
ball,
a
level
laser, I'm guessing. Oh wait, no, he's the energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So things are looking good for Will, but like I said, he does play that center lady, and if that happens, that can kind of set back John by a couple turns. Potentially. So 2 head ringers down, just it's not looking good for Will, but we don't know what's in his hand, so he might already have an answer to this entire board position right now.
Right.
So there, I don't know what's happening here. Anyways, okay, so you see a Quaking Punch. And so let's see what Will decides to do in response to that.
It doesn't look like Will's gonna get the item lock this turn.
No.
I mean, unless he can get a Toad, and I mean, he really won't have a way to retreat either. So he
Nope.
does play a Xerosic, I suppose. He gets rid of the double colorless energy.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I think that is a Xerosic in his discard. Okay, so that's good.
So a Zerosic and a pass, and then we see a heavy ball from John.
So fail on the search. Does John have a supporter?
I think he versus Secret for Sycamore before, but I could be wrong.
Okay,
I'm assuming not.
so
Looks like a
there's
switch and a Burbank. Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. So this is definitely a big opening for Will to make a comeback here.
Right.
So let's see. He does have items now, and if he can get down like a laser and just DCE, I think that's. I mean, that's all you really need, I think. But
Yeah.
oh, so he's Zerosic's his own Headringer. That's a good play. I like that.
Yeah.
And that'll kind of give him the grenade hammer option too, if he has another water to attach.
Right. Oh.
Oh. He could grenade hammer either way because it would still be 4 energy. I'm dumb. Don't listen to me. Yeah, and sorry, that was my bad. I actually bumped the camera there. I found a fellow Super Sentai fan at our tournament, and I got super excited.
Yeah. I think that was during the next round. I could be wrong. I think because I remember whenever you bumped into it, it like
Yeah.
almost fell on the table, and I caught it and put it back up. But
Oh,
that could have been this round too. I could be. I don't know which one that happened, but that did happen. Where another Power Rangers fan. I don't know what Super Sentai means, but
it's the Japanese counterpart
yeah.
to Power Rangers. Basically, you a nerd if you like Super Sentai. It's cool. But so I don't see what John got off his top deck. Hard to say. But yeah, even missing a trainer's mail. Yeah, that would be good normally, but under item lock it's not so good. So here, I mean, man, that is really unfortunate. John actually kind of looked like he was in a pretty dominant position,
Right.
but just missing that turn of not having a supporter was pretty bad.
So his Seismitoad does get knocked out. And he
Okay,
plays a Sycamore to get rid of a lot of items in a Burbank City Gym.
so that's fine, I guess. Did he hit DCE though?
He plays 3 Headringer this deck as well, so he's definitely trying to annoy his opponent.
Yeah. And I don't think he has the DCE. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure we would just see it.
Yeah, I think he would have just put it down immediately if he did have it. So
I'm guessing he opted to promote the Toad just because he didn't want to leave the Garb up like stranded in the active with and then have like Floatstone get Zerosic or something like that.
right.
So here, don't know what's happening. Okay, so he likes hearing at Mewtwo. I guess Will's turn was really quick or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so we see a Tails. Another scoop up, come on. Yeah, Will needs to get better at flipping coins.
There we go.
There we go.
So he flips heads on that one.
Cool.
He gets to pick up the Headringer as well as get his Mewtwo out of the active spot.
So here, what could John potentially do to come back here? I feel like he needs like an AZ or something like that.
Yeah.
And a DCE.
So we see another Sycamore. It looked like a lot of items. I couldn't tell exactly which ones. I saw muscle
Yeah.
bands and trainer's mails. Looks like
And
another
nothing,
toad and a
got it.
pass. Wow.
So,
So that's the game.
so yeah. Will is still stuck at the top tables.
Yeah.
He's on a little roll now. But yeah, guys, so that was the third round of this 5-round league challenge. Stick around because we're going to upload the rest of the rounds as well. Feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys for the next one, okay?